Have you ever looked at an ordinary Washington quarter and wondered if that little 25-cent coin could actually be worth much more than its face value? Before you spend another quarter without checking it, take a closer look at the date, mint mark, condition, and tiny details. Today on Hardest Penny, we are focusing on the 1995 D Washington quarter, a coin that millions of people have probably handled without realizing that collectors can sometimes pay premiums for the right examples. Most 1995 D quarters are not rare and are generally worth only their face value when circulated, but that does not mean every example should be ignored. Condition, errors, varieties, and exceptional quality can make a major difference. So if you have a 1995 D quarter sitting in a jar, drawer, cash register, or old collection, this is exactly the kind of coin you should inspect before spending it. 1995 D Washington Quarter. The 1995 D Washington Quarter was produced at the Denver Mint and carries the small D mint mark on the obverse, located beneath the portrait of George Washington. The coin features the familiar Washington design that American collectors have known for generations. On the front, you can see Washington facing left with the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1995. On the reverse is the traditional American eagle design, surrounded by inscriptions including United States of America, quarter dollar, and E pluribus unum. The first thing to understand is that the 1995 D quarter is a modern clad quarter, not a silver quarter. This is important because many people hear the word quarter and immediately assume an older coin might contain silver. The 1995 D Washington quarter was made with a copper-nickel outer layer bonded to a copper core. Because of this composition, a normal circulated 1995 D quarter does not have the precious metal value associated with older U.S. quarters struck in silver. So why should you check one? Because coin collecting is not only about age. A coin does not necessarily have to be hundreds of years old to attract attention. Collectors look at condition, strike quality, errors, varieties, unusual characteristics, and scarcity. A common coin can become much more interesting when it is found in an extraordinary condition or with a genuine mint-made error. The second thing you should check is the mint mark. If your coin says D beneath Washington's neck, it was struck at the Denver Mint. If there is no mint mark, it may have been produced at another facility. For this particular search, you want to confirm that the coin is actually a 1995 D. Next, examine the overall condition. Condition can make an enormous difference in the collectible market. A quarter that has circulated for decades can develop scratches, dents, discoloration, flattened details, and contact marks. That kind of coin will normally have little premium over face value. But an uncirculated example that has avoided significant contact damage can be much more interesting to collectors. Look closely at Washington's cheek and jaw. These areas often show contact marks on coins that have been stored or transported in bags. Examine the fields in front of and behind Washington's portrait as well. Large open areas can reveal scratches and marks very easily. On the reverse, inspect the eagle, lettering, and surrounding fields. A coin with sharp details, attractive surfaces, and strong luster can stand out dramatically from an ordinary circulated example. One mistake beginners often make is assuming that shiny automatically means valuable. That is not true. A coin can be shiny because it was cleaned or polished, and cleaning can actually reduce its desirability among collectors. Original mint luster is different from artificial shine. If you believe your 1995 D quarter could be valuable, avoid polishing, rubbing, scratching, or chemically cleaning it. A professional collector would rather see an original coin with natural surfaces than a damaged coin that has been aggressively cleaned. Another important area is errors. Mint errors happen when something goes wrong during the manufacturing process. Genuine errors can include off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, striking problems, missing design elements, or unusual die-related abnormalities. However, the internet is full of exaggerated claims about ordinary damage being worth thousands of dollars. For example, a quarter with a strange-looking edge is not automatically a rare error. A coin with a scratch is not automatically a mint error. A coin that appears slightly different from another quarter may simply have experienced normal circulation or production variation. This is why authentication matters. Another factor is strike quality. Some coins receive a stronger strike than others, resulting in sharper details. Collectors searching for high-grade modern coins may pay attention to pieces with excellent surfaces, strong luster, and well-defined details. A coin that looks nearly perfect to the naked eye may still receive a lower professional grade because microscopic marks can be important. This is where grading becomes interesting. Professional grading services examine coins under magnification and assign grades based on established standards. For modern quarters, the difference between a normal circulated example and an exceptionally preserved mint-state example can be significant. However, grading fees cost money, so it generally does not make sense to submit every common quarter you find. The coin should have something that makes professional evaluation reasonable, such as exceptional condition, a suspected genuine error, or another significant collectible characteristic. You should also pay attention to the edge. Hold a 1995D quarter carefully and examine the reeded edge. The edge should have the normal appearance expected from a clad Washington quarter. Look for anything that seems genuinely unusual, such as missing material, abnormal shape, or evidence that the coin was improperly struck. But remember that post-mint damage can also alter the edge. Weight can provide another clue. A normal quarter has a standard specification, and a precise digital scale can help you identify coins that deserve closer examination. If a coin's weight appears substantially different from what is expected, that does not automatically prove it is valuable. It could indicate damage, environmental effects, measurement error, or another issue. Magnification is also useful. A basic magnifying glass or coin loop can help you inspect the date, mint mark, lettering, Washington's portrait, and the eagle. Look for doubling, unusual shapes, die cracks, die chips, or other characteristics. But be careful when identifying double dies. Machine doubling and ordinary strike-related effects are frequently mistaken for true double dies. The key lesson is simple. Do not judge a coin by one strange-looking detail. Look at the entire coin. Check the date. Confirm the mint mark. Inspect the surfaces. Examine the edge. Consider the weight. Look for genuine mint-made errors. Evaluate the overall condition. Then compare your findings with trusted numismatic references. It is also important to keep expectations realistic. The majority of 1995D Washington quarters found in circulation are worth approximately their face value. Finding a normal quarter from 1995 does not mean you have discovered a guaranteed jackpot. Viral videos and sensational headlines sometimes make common coins sound extremely rare. Responsible collecting requires separating genuine rarity from internet hype. Still, that is what makes coin hunting exciting. You never know what might be hiding in an old collection. Imagine finding a 1995D quarter that has remained protected for decades, with excellent original surfaces and unusually strong eye appeal. Even if it is not a five-figure rarity, it could still be a fascinating addition to a collection. And if you discover a legitimate mint error, the story becomes even more interesting. When searching through your coins, never focus only on the oldest pieces. Modern coins deserve attention too. The 1995D quarter is a perfect example because it looks ordinary at first glance. If you have one, take your time. Do not clean it. Do not scratch it. Do not attempt to modify the coin to make an error appear more obvious. Instead, handle it by the edges, use good lighting, and inspect both sides carefully. If you believe you have something special, preserve it properly in a coin holder and seek an experienced numismatist's opinion. And remember, the real value of coin collecting is not simply finding a valuable coin. It is learning how coins were produced, understanding minting technology, recognizing genuine varieties and errors, and developing the patience to examine details that other people overlook. So before you toss that 1995D Washington quarter into a vending machine or spin at the store, give it one more look. Check the D, mint mark, study Washington's portrait, inspect the reverse, examine the edge, and pay close attention to the condition. Most examples will remain ordinary pocket change, but the search itself can teach you something valuable. This is Hardest Penny, and if you enjoy discovering interesting coins, rare varieties, valuable errors, and hidden treasures in everyday change, keep checking your coins. That next quarter in your pocket might not be a jackpot, but you will never know until you look.